The final goal is to do the full movement. Okay, first movement, we're just going to go into a straddle position. I'm going to take the hands through, grab hold of the P-bars, go back into a straddle L-sit position, but I'm going to keep the knees bent, and then I'm going to rock back and stand back up again. So it's like a straddle good morning, but I'm starting to go towards that straddle L-sit position. And then as I get more comfortable with it, I'm just going to bend the knees up and also lift the feet up a little bit. And then just do reps there. Now, depending on flexibility and your setup, you'll be able to start to straighten the legs a bit more. Now the goal will be to try and get the feet higher than the hip crease, but that's pretty challenging to do while maintaining a slight lean forwards so you don't fall backwards. Once we've done that, we're going to start at the back of the movement. So I'm now behind where my hands are going to go. I'm sort of in a low squat position. I'm going to grab hold of the bars, and then I'm going to walk the feet forwards into my L-sit position and then walk them backwards. Next, I'm going to start behind the bars. I'm going to go up onto tiptoes. I'm going to round my upper back into like a protracted position, and then I'm going to see if I can go from one movement through to that straddle L-sit position. Then I'm going to put the feet down, walk backwards and go again. Do the same thing, so up onto tiptoes, round the upper back, get nice and strong through there, come through to that L-sit, and then see if I can get back. Now, if you can't get back all the way, one option is to go back to your shins, so like a kneeling position. And you could also, especially if you've got socks on a smooth floor, you could slide your feet through. Then we want to warm our handstand up on the bars, so just get comfortable in that straight position. Once we're nice and comfortable in that straight position, I'm just going to come down towards a frog tuck. So knees apart, froggy tuck, rounded back, protracted shoulders or planched shoulders forwards, and then come back out. So that's going to make a nice entrance to come down and go through to our straddle L-sit. Okay, so now the same thing. So from the handstand position, come down to the froggy tuck position, round the back, take the shoulders forwards, then transition through to that L-sit position. To start with, I'm going to keep the knees bent and the toes close to the floor. I've also bent the elbows slightly and pushed them into my legs to make it more of a comfortable landing. What we don't want to be doing here is whipping the legs up and making the butt come down fast. Obviously that could hurt, so stick a pad there or a mat or cushion if you need to, because you don't want to learn the hard way. Then obviously we can start to clean that up into straighter legs at the bottom position, and then we can add the concentric part back, but we could use one of the slightly easier versions. And then we can do 1.5 movements. So I'm going to start in that straight position, come down through the froggy tuck position, let the shoulders come forwards, transfer through to that straddle L-sit position, and then I'm going to pull back into the kneeling position, or I could even go to that one where we're standing behind. Then I could try the full movement, trying to get all the way back up again. Now this time when I go all the way back up, I can make that slightly easier, or slightly easier for most people if you've got a bit more strength in the bent arm, is by bending the elbows when I come through on the concentric. So start in the straight position, come down through that tuck, froggy position, get through to your straddle L, and then push back up. When you get stuck, bend the arms, come through, and then push out into like a partial handstand push-up pressy thingy. And then obviously the final goal is to do the full movement from the straight position. Now you could come through straddle instead of that tuck, which is seen as the normal Stalder Press, through to there, and then whoop, back up. That was a little bit planchy. But let me know if you have any questions of this one. There are obviously some different progressions depending on your level. You could have someone spot you, you could use the wall, we could use partial range. But stick any questions or comments down below, and I'll speak to you next time. Thanks guys.